I don't know why I was sleeping on OJ Made in America. It is out on Netflix. It is a docuseries done in 2016. And I thought I had seen it. I did not see this. And I'm so glad I stopped and said, wait, did I see this one? Because I've seen a ton of documentary films and series about OJ Simpson, specifically about the Ron Goldman and Nicole Brown murders. Now, this takes you on the journey from when he started his career in the late 60s at University of Southern California as a football player and became the Juice, right? And his celebrity behind that, and then him going and rolling into acting and doing commercials and then wind up becoming an actor. I know him from the Naked Gun movies. I That's how I associate him. I don't think of football actually when I think of him. I do think of the Naked Gun movies, but his celebrity was and stardom was so huge, and I don't think people really understand how big he was in the 80s, and really the status that he had. Like, he was, you couldn't go any further. Like, he was an A celebrity. Now, I also remember when the verdict was read for the Ron Goldman and Nicole Simpson murder trial of OJ Simpson. Was working in an office, and next to me was this large call center that was taking calls. So the phone was constantly ringing, people were constantly talking. And when they announced that the jury had a verdict and that they would be reading it soon, that time period of people watching the television waiting for this verdict, not one phone call came into that call center. And that had never happened before in this company's history, and probably still today. It's probably never happened, but it was eerily quiet and it was really strange. So I remember exactly where I was when that verdict was read. And I also, the dynamic of the room at that time, because it was a very large company that I worked for at the time. So historically, I remember all of this. So I have vested interest because I remember it. And so if it's anything to do with this crime that happened, I'm interested. So I'm constantly watching. But I'm giving this a 5 out of 5 stars. I will tell you that this is one of the best docuseries about OJ Simpson I have ever seen. It is historically factual. It is not sensationalized at all. It's social and cultural forces that help explain everything to you is it's mind blowing. That's all I can tell you. It goes into the climate at the time of this trial as well. It also takes you all the way to where eventually he is convicted of a crime and goes to prison for the armed robbery in Vegas. So it takes you from college all the way up to that time where he's found guilty and he goes to prison. So you're looking at 2016. So nothing after that, this docuseries, but it's worth a watch if you're, following or have followed this story. It also goes into some pieces that I didn't even know about the trial. It interviews a lot of the people associated with the trial. It interviews tons of his friends. It is, I will tell you, it is the best documentary I've seen about OJ Simpson. So if you're committed to the story and want to know more about him and really what a dirtbag he really, really was. I'm sorry, but he was. And he was a user and a manipulator. This film goes into that, and how he was always about OJ. That was always the end all be all to this man. After watching this, I have so many feelings. Go check it out now. It's out now on Netflix. 5 out of 5 stars for this docuseries.